Alright, so this video is going to be quite something. So you'll see a conversation between I and Nicolas Mazza. Nicolas Mazza is the owner and founder of Nama Entreprise, commodity trading firm. During this conversation, you'll see us like shooting about different topics, Trafigura, what it means to run such businesses, deals that went bad, the issue in the Red Sea, how it's affecting our businesses, and so on. So we basically discuss about a bunch of topics and what it means to run a niche trading business. So if you like this format, if we see that this video do well, we'll maybe make a podcast out of it, a series out of it, just Nicolas and I speaking about current event and how our businesses are going. I'll leave you watch the video and I'll be eager to see your comment about what you think about this format and if you want to see more of it. All right, let's dive in. All right, Nick, so this is the pilot episode of our soon to be, or maybe not, we'll see, podcast. So let's start with like the hard hitting question, the one that really everyone wants to know. Can you speak about one of your worst trade?
I've got a million trades that are shit. I've got a million trades that really turned. I've done a trade just before Christmas that went really bad.
So it's still on. So we are right now in February. So it's still unraveling, or where are you with this?
So we fixed it, and I'll tell you how we fixed it. So, we do one of the product that we do is whey protein concentrate and whey protein isolate. How is that made? It's fairly easy. You got a cow. There's milk. The milk goes to a cheesemaker. The cheesemaker makes cheese. You're left with the liquid whey. This liquid whey is processed into powder. This powder is used in the supplement industry and the sports nutrition industry. So I've been involved in that for a long time. And we do it 3 different ways. We buy the feedstock, we process it, or we buy a regular powder, instantize it, sell it, or we just do back to back. We buy a good deal here, sell it there. Some people are not active in the market, and we were working with a new guy in France, a big producer in France. They've been focusing, it's a big cooperative. So the cooperative, they cannot throw the liquid whey away. They have to dry it. They have to dry it because they're not allowed to, they have to dry it. So they've been revalorizing this instead of drying milk, which costs fuck all, and you make no money on instant milk or dry milk powder. They're working into the lactoserum powder, the whey protein concentrate. They've just started. And they've reached out, so we said, look, we'll start commercializing the stuff for you guys, no problem. And everything looked perfect on paper. We were really good. We met Anuga, agreed the deal at Anuga.
Yeah, Anuga, for those that don't know, Anuga is a big food fair in Germany.
We met Anuga, and then we took the truckload from France, delivered it to a client of mine in Eastern Europe, and it turned out, he got the powder, everyone was happy, got the powder, his quality tested it, he calls me, Nick, your powder is dog shit. It's shit. I go, oh no, fuck. And then, it's all, how it is. Yeah. It's all prepayments, yeah. So he paid me, I paid my producer. There's no, it's all like, now it becomes contagious, and that's a quality issue. This is a quality issue because the issue is, everything on paper looks good. You got C of A, it's a big company, it's not Mickey Mouse, me trying to do it, blending it in a house, in a shed. No, it's big stuff, you got a quality control team here. Yeah. You got everything, you got a certificate of analysis. So this can really go wrong here. It can really be contentious. So send the powder, say, man, it's fucked. And then, you need to take your powder or you refund, and then it can really go bad. It can really have massive fallout. And we have a very good relationship. So the first thing I said to him, I said, look, it was a regular powder, not an instant. I said to him, look, can you instantize it? Because the market was on the up. If he instantize it, I could sell it immediately. He said, no, Nick, there's something wrong. There's something wrong organically, with the taste. It tastes off. It tastes very acidic.
Yeah, this is tough one. This is the worst, because you can't see this on certificate of analysis.
Yeah.
It's
and
not
you
like,
know yourself, David.
Yeah, of course I know it. I mean, I've been doing that for like 10 years. So yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know the shit. You know that. So anyway, we got samples back to the producer. The producer, yes, there's something wrong.
Oh, at least.
So it's just a matter of swapping the goods out. But the problem is that got done just before Christmas. The market was really up. You know, we were in a good. We lost a lot of money on the powder last year. Now made it. We're just about to make it back. I mean, this comes and hits us. You know, it's just bitter taste. It's a bitter taste. Luckily, we've turned it around, and now we've managed to get another order back on track. And but the trust now is, you know, we've done everything well. We've done. It's nothing. There was no fighting. We've done everything well. We just wish it could have done a little bit quicker, because, you know, it was just before Christmas. So these big people, they don't have the quality team to test. They don't have, and the time you get the samples back and everyone testing it. So anyway, we got it over the line. Everyone's happy again, to trust again. But it's just an example of how things go wrong.
Yes, and actually you work with, like, the supplier is a big company, so it's easier to deal with a big company, because usually they will accept if anything goes wrong. But if you work with a small company, maybe they don't even have the fund to take the product back, and they will say, oh yeah, no.
No, it
So
becomes a real thing.
Yeah,
you know, and then you got this. And listen, the market before Christmas on the WPC was, you were above €10 a kilo. You're talking 12 ton. It's 120,000 euro here. Boom.
Yeah.
It's significant for any business. It's major. So that was an issue, but that got solved luckily. And now we're looking into. We have that another one that's come that's really squeezed me. It's just fucking the Red Sea, man. I was supposed to have 3 containers.
The Red Sea. So this is a good topic, because it's something that we have on our list. You know, we are prepared.
You see how smoothly I'm moving into that transition.
Yeah. You've done that your life.
So let me tell you about this. We do a nice little trade of creatine from China, so into our nutrition business unit. So we have three business unit: food, feed, energy. And now over this year, we're going to start food. It's going to be food and nutrition. Nutrition, which is more, you know, the things like the WPC, the creatine, BCAA, glutamine. So these things, the nootropics, they tend to be made in, and the aminos, they tend to come from China. So we buy from China and bring it to Europe. And obviously, it was just before we sealed the deal, and already just before Christmas, the factories in China were struggling. There was issue with maintenance. There was issue with the raw material to get the finished product out. There was issue with the snow. There was a big snowstorm just before Christmas, I don't know if you remember. And it was a nightmare. We couldn't really get the boats. We got the goods on the boat. Everyone's happy. Yes, it's going to be delivered mid to end January. Yeah.
It's like 3 weeks, 1 month.
Yeah. And then, fuck me, man. Boom. This Red Sea stuff. And guess what? The 3 containers, they've still not been delivered. They've just gone around the Cape of Good Hope, and now they're going back. They'll be delivered within the next 10 days.
So it's like what, 2 months, 2 months and a half?
Man, it's been 3 months. It's 75 days we lost it. You won't believe.
Oh man!
And it's a big parcel now. In terms of money, you're close to €1 million here. It's not Mickey Mouse here. 25 ton each parcel. So you can imagine, it's been big. We had this, at the same time we had this other quality issue. On top of that, we've been squeezed on the wood pellet. As you know, the wood pellet.
Yeah,
we've been squeezed.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, we also have taken loss in the wood pellet. But man, the Red Sea thing is, I mean, it's shuffling a lot of things. Right now, by the way, it's good if you do, like me, business in South Africa, because to export, all the containers is going around the Cape. So then now the freight in South Africa is so low. I mean, I see opportunities for us because of that. But I don't know, man. I don't know how long this situation is going to remain. So we'll see. But
so, you know, there's a new market now. There's a bunkering market in South Africa. Because all the ships have to go through the Cape of Good Hope, the Engen refinery is flying. Man, they're making fuel oil, marine fuel like no tomorrow, and there's a new secondary market of bunkering that's just taken. They need to refuel these ships. So that's what Kepler, the guys at Kepler were telling me. Is the guys, Nick, it's true the Red Sea is going to have a big implication. The Red Sea is going to fucking a lot of people, but some people are going to benefit in South Africa.
Yeah.
So, it is true. But
and we are benefiting right now, but it's. Yeah. But my question is, have you seen the vessel, Trafigura's vessel that has been hit by a rocket?
Amen.
And did you know that they carried refined
Russian
product?
naphtha.
Yeah, Russian naphtha.
Yeah, Russian naphtha.
And this is so funny because I can tell you that if this happened to you or any other small business, you can be sure that all your banks will pull out your credit line, you will be banned, and nobody will want to do business with you. But as this is like one of the top 5 companies, like, yeah, okay.
Listen, if I was, and I'm sure Trafigura, what people don't understand is Trafigura is so big. These people, they move governments if they want to. I'm sure if I was Jeremy Webb, CEO of Trafigura, I'd put on the phone and I call the Russians, the Iranians, I call all of them and I say, guys, you're going to pay the bill, man. You're going to pay the bill.
I don't know.
Because how do you think? Well, I didn't. I checked the parcel, how big the parcel and how much it costs. But these people are. It's a real tragedy, man.
Dude, they are going to make. They did 7 billion in profit. I don't know. I mean, they can take a loss. It's okay for them. But but also, man, one thing is like.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. If you look at Trafigura's latest corporate video, they have something that said, "Let's make trade happen." Man, I used that shit 3 years ago on my corporate video.
Maybe you should sue them. But let me tell you one funny thing. Like, I'm from Geneva, so this is a headquarters of Geneva. Obviously, I know a lot of people that work there. But one funny thing is, like, I mean, I don't know if it's funny, but my cousin, my cousin, direct line, he used to date the heir of Claude Dauphin, so his daughter. And he told me that when the guy died, it was like a little ceremony inside of a little church here, not here, but I'm not in Geneva, but in Geneva. And he told me that like half of the church was full with like politicians, and most of them out of Africa. So it was like extremely weird to see like yeah, this is a quite, I think, Protestant family and so on, but there was like half of African energy ministry, president and so on, and the daughter said that they received like letters of apologize for people that couldn't be here and so on. If you let me put my tinfoil hat, some people say that when he died, Trafigura had to pay to the family like billions because of the value of the company, so they need to liquidate the share. Okay, and so this is why they didn't really made a lot of profit for like 5 years, because each year they had to pay up the shares. But now that they finished, they pay like more than 1 billion or something like this. The profit are just skyrocketing. Like, okay, a lot of volatility in the market and so on, but maybe, they put a lot of because they knew that they had to pay a lot to the family. But now that this is done, they are enjoying the ride. Hey, what about the biomass crashes? This is one of the things that you wanted to speak about.
Listen, biomass, it's been something that we've been involved for almost 2 years now. It started very small. Initially, we wanted to produce ourselves in Greece, and just to understand, there's a small, in fact, next door there's a plant here that produces the wood pellet for its local market, and we wanted to buy from him and just started trading and learning. I wanted to buy the sawdust, giving him the feedstock. He transforms it for us, bags it, and sell it under our brand. He wasn't so keen on that, and then if you remember, in 2022 is when you had 3 million ton less in Europe of wood pellet, because a lot of it used to come from Russia and Belarus. So the price just shot up. You were 700 euros a ton. What was it, George? Like 700 euros a ton, 800 euros a ton.
550 export in Bulgaria.
Man, it was silliness. You had silliness. And then you realize that he was just non-stop. There was nothing on the shelf, so we couldn't buy from him. And I said, you know what, man, don't worry, I'm going to do without you. So I started looking around for producers, and we worked with a very, very good producer out of Egypt.
Yeah, but for you, you're in Greece, so Egypt is
Right.
close. It's like,
Egypt. The beauty with Egypt is that it's on the other side of the Med, and there's direct shipping lines. So the freight is it can be easily mitigated in terms of cost, and the price in Egypt and the quality was outstanding, better than what you could get in Romania, Bulgaria, or.
but But it's not EN plus, right?
No. So the plant that we work are not EN plus. And this is what is somehow a small limiting factor for us to expand within Europe, because
West Europe wants only EN plus.
that's right.
Yeah.
EN plus or DIN, DIN, you know.
Yeah, the
So
German
it's a
thing.
small limiting factor. And it is true that before Christmas we were thinking about, we just got the quotation to get the certification, because it's you can do the certification. It's not difficult. It's a small cost. And the problem is we lost so much money in the past few months on the wood pellet. It's just like, man, do I really need to put an extra $5,000? I think it's $8,000 into getting the EN plus on my bag. To make $8,000 net on wood pellet, you need to move a significant amount of parcels. It's very small margin. And when you lose money on pellets, it's like the risk. You got to outweigh the risk.
Yes, exactly. So this is exactly my thinking also with Grombar Energy, because for the people that don't know, Nick is doing wood pellet mostly in Greece, and I'm in Romania, and we do it in Romania, and we lost like a bunch because the market really tanked quite early this season. Because what happened is the winter was not really that strong this year, and also a lot of people bought like during the summer because they got the last year because the prices went so high that people were like, okay, look, now we are going to buy in advance. And so a lot of stock, there's still a lot of stock, and people are selling like their stock below the price of producing right now. So there's no way. I mean, the market is dead. I mean, I think we've been doing like few trucks. I think we did few truck last month, still few truck this month. But each truck, there's like always a question. Oh, the guy is not happy now, and he always have a good reason not to take the truck. Of course, because he found something at a lower price just nearby. So it's been tough, man.
Hey man, they're coming up with these shit stories out the woodwork. Oh, your pellet needs testing, you're this and that, and it's just, hey man, it's the same thing for everyone. I know that you can't commit now because next week the market is down. That's what people don't understand. When you're in a softening market, when you're in a bear cycle, it's very hard to lock deals. Because you lock a deal today, by the time he's transferred the money, the market's already moved. So he's thinking, I got fucked here. So everyone's playing the waiting game, delaying. And this is applicable with other markets that we active in. So the wood pellet right now, we're trying to lock, even yesterday I was looking, people offering €150, €140 ex-work Ukraine, €140 ex-work Bulgaria. By the time you bring it into Greece, the one I'm trying to bring from Egypt, it's no longer it's not workable. Yeah. So I've been completely squeezed out. What works in our favor here is just, I keep saying to people, when the market is low, you just want to stay active in the market, but don't think you're going to get rich of it. Like we have the warehouse, you see, as you see behind there, there's 2 containers behind, and people, they come, they buy by the bag. We make a decent margin on. It's almost like selling retail, and all these people here, they get warmth for the cold winter. Because here in Greece, in Tripoli, in the winter, it's very cold, man. We're in the mountains, not far from Kalamata, and so they use a lot of this stuff. So we managed to have an enterprise that's just breaking even in terms of keeping us afloat. Yeah. But when the market will go up again, we'll be ready for it. Yeah, so it doesn't mean you want to give up, but you want to refocus on something else. So
for the household pellet, the one that you distribute and we do distribute, it's dead until, I don't know, April for sure, May maybe. So we'll see. And also, man, about wood pellets, one of the guy, we work with an exporter out of Ukraine. And so the quality was so we signed the contract, EN plus, blah, blah, blah. then we got the bags, and so it was fake in plus, man. It was like a fake thing, and then we checked the client was saying like it doesn't burn, like, what the so we checked the things. We saw that there was a bit of oil, so now we did like some analysis, and it turns out that only 70% of the pellet is wood. There's another 30%, and we are doing further analysis to see what is it. Man,
What is it?
those we don't know yet. Maybe in the next episode. But it's
and you'll see what if you got how many trucks was that 100 ton, 200 ton, it becomes a big lot of money.
Of course,
and
we
who
need
pays
a lot
for
of
the fucking
money.
bill?
And now they are pushing. We need payments and blah blah blah. Wow, this is not even what you signed. So you are going to wait. We are going to analyze.
And you're lucky you didn't get prepaid, because normally in you see as you evolve with a supplier, you see at the beginning, hey man, I don't know you. It's all prepayment, and then you start getting terms, and then you get.
Yeah, but this is the point. It's like I don't know why they put product when we didn't have to prepay, because now we're in the situation where they're pushing us to pay, but we are, look man, this is not in the contract, so you are not going to get full money.
So this is what we I said to
I don't know, man.
I've done that mistake in the past. There's no shortcut to wealth. To wealth, and quality is everything. When I started in the industry, in the UK 15, 17 years ago, I walked into the factory. I started I'm a food engineer in the background, and you walk in the factory, the first thing you would see when you drive in was quality is everything, or quality starts here. That was the thing. Quality starts here, and as you walk in the door, quality is everything. And every handle from one section in the factory, you add on the handle, quality is free. Quality is free. Quality is free. Everywhere. And it was all about quality. A commitment to the product quality and excellence in all elements is central to a strategy to success. That was the thing, man. That was the thing. Quality sells. That's why you want to make sure you do quality, because we're not in the selling business, we're in the reselling business. You can stiff some fucker once, give him, get your money, but that shit will carry you for a long time. They think this is
why it's what I keep telling to all the people in the shipping community academy. It's like the trust compound. So the more you are on time with your delivery, the quality is there, and so on, then the guy is going to trust you a little more. And then 20 years down the line, I mean, even if there's a big, this guy is going to be your best friend, because you've been compounding trust for a long time. But the problem is that as soon as you take a shortcut, then you destroy everything that you build. So it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's completely counterproductive. You think it's completely counterproductive, and then it's a lot of stress. And it is true. Like, for example, I just gave you an example. Sometimes it's got nothing to do with you. So you have to know how to handle problem. Me, the beauty is for 15 years, my job was to handle the problem, to front the problem. When the shit hit the fan in the UK, I started in industrial bakeries, So we were supplying all the retailers with flatbreads, naan bread, all over the world. And you had to supply Tesco, Marks and Spencer, Waitrose. And man, when the shit hits the fan, they come and they turn up. They want the product to be quality, but they want it to be done in the most beautiful state-of-the-art plant. And have you ever walked into a bakery? When you bake bread in your kitchen, you've seen how much shit there is everywhere on the flour. So imagine you're trying to scale that up and make millions of bread every day. That shit is challenging. You need processes, you need people, you need an army of cleaners, and you need a team. So I've handled all the crises. That's why I'm very comfortable navigating the crisis. It's not a problem. I don't shy away from a little problem, and it's how you take this, how you turn it around. It's what's that quote? I'm sure you saw that quote from Nelson Mandela. Don't judge me by what I've done, but judge me by how many times I've fallen and I come back. That's what we do, man. That's what I fucking do.
Yeah, but
I come back.
That's for sure. We need to.
You like that, man?
But man, what about? It's funny because at the beginning of my career, we used to supply. I'm not going to give names, but like milk powder to like chocolate maker. And then they were the biggest hassle ever. So if like one pallet was like one black spot, or there was I'm sorry, so we had to unload it by hand, so 500 euro less on the invoice. So what the yeah, they were looking any little thing just to like pin you. And one day we got like a phone call, and the guy said, look, we found salmonella. So you know how in your milk product. So this is a huge issue. If you do that, you need to go the traceability back to the and so on. And they say, we are checking everything, we are handling it, but no emails about that. But just know that in this we found salmonella, and we are taking care of it. But when the really hits the fan, you know, this is illegal stuff because you need to clean it. I mean, this is not a small issue. Then they were like trying to like sweep everything under the rug. But when the one pallet that was like 1 inch missing because for whatever reason, then they were like big us claiming and so on. So,
you know, these people, they got to often think they got to justify their job. You know, 3 years ago, I remember we sent a full truck to Denmark, and on one of the pallets there was a foot mark. Some fucker, you know how the shit is. The goods are in the warehouse. Some guy just loaded in the truck and he put his foot on the pallet. Wow. The whole truck got rejected, man.
Yeah.
The whole truck. And then, you know, these people don't understand. They don't understand. You reject the whole truck. Okay, you got, at the time, probably the market was high as well. You're probably talking 200 grand worth of goods in the truck. And then you got 3.5 grand to take the truck to there. And then 3.5 grand to take it back. Change for one pallet and then bring it back again. Suddenly you made a loss, man.
Yeah, of course.
People think people, and this is why I see a lot of people talking these nonsense margins. Oh, I want to make 20% margin to 40% margin.
But this is what are you a drug smuggler? You don't do this. This is not how it works.
Even if you're the producer, you probably don't make these margins.
No.
It is true, when you transform yourself, you want to be in the region of the 20-30%, but that's you producing the good. As a trader, we just merely take some sales, takes transform, sell, takes store and sell. Man, if you achieve the sweet spot 7 to 13, that I call that the sweet spot. Anything above that, it's phenomenal.
Yes, if it's above that, I think you are going to get scammed somewhere. Because that's why if it's 20% margin, there is like something that I don't know. It feels wrong unless you know very well the market and you know why. But it feels wrong.
On the sugar, you're talking 3.5. Once you've netted back all the freight, all the logistics, all the shit, you freight it, you net that back, you end up with a 3.5, 3.25, and that's good. You know, that's good.
Sure, of course.
And you know what I said to people? You know what? They say, why? A lot of people say, why you waste your time with that? Because when the wood pellet market is crashing, when the dairy market is crashing, when the olive oil, there's no olive oil for us to sell. Well, I can move a truck or two of sugar, and you know the margin is there, and it just keeps us going. And then when the markets start going up, same thing. We have a small window when we just capitalize on that uplift. And like, for example, sugar, again, that's another one. We're very close to the producers in Ukraine. We have a very good quality sugar. There's two problems that we face. Number one, the market has completely softened up. That's one. And number two, we buy in 50 kilo bags or 1 ton bag. And the European market, and certainly in Greece, they're like 25 kilo bags. They want 25 kilo bags. So this is something that we're looking into, potentially repacking it. We found a co-packer in Thessaloniki.
But man, are you making money? I don't think it's feasible, man. I don't think.
We've done the costings, and we'd be making for a truck. You'd probably be looking at 350 euro in your pocket. Amen. Yeah. The risk. And 350 euro, people don't understand. There's one pallet that gets damaged by a fucking forklift, which happens all the time, George. Other shit happens all the time. They take the forklift and bang, the whole fucking thing is gone. That's it. You've lost money here, just there.
No, man, you know what? Yeah, man, you know what? One buyer, one time, what they did to us? Like the guy, they said that the truck driver was barefoot. And he entered inside the warehouse barefoot. And so they had to re-sanitize everything, and they billed us like 300 euros for that. And like, what the is going on here?
Yeah, hey man, listen, have you ever been in one of those truck drivers? You know those big guys that take, man, you go in their fucking cabin. They have a kitchen, they have pot noodles, they have everything, man. They get comfortable in there. And it's true, I see them barefoot.
Of course.
Yeah.
But
they have their Crocs. They have everything.
But you know, if you get like billed 300 euro for anything that happened, then what is your margin left? And especially on low value goods, man, there's no money left. So anyway.
You know, like I've seen it all, man. I've seen it all. When you get bills like a forklift bill, like George would come and give me a forklift bill, like 220 euros or 150. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's the shit. It's the little things that really pisses you off. Or there's 3 damage bags. 3 damage bags. Fuck. There we go.
Yes, exactly. But
so I tend to do is you give a credit note, so you know he's going to place another order, and then you deduct it from the credit note, as opposed to straight refund.
But it's tough. And so you are going to go to Gulfood tomorrow, right? In Dubai. You're going to Dubai.
I'm flying to on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, to Gulfood. Gulfood. I've been there for the past 2 years. You know, I used to live in Dubai. So now, you know, I'm in between Dubai and Europe. And Gulfood is mad. It's just this huge expo. And it's the same people that you see at FIE, the same people that you see at Nuga, but it's just on steroids. It's even bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger, Gulfood. I mean, when I was like trading soft commodities, we used to go every year in Gulfood, Anuga, and so on. But Gulfood, and we had a booth actually at the Gulfood, and that was a crazy week,
Yeah.
And it was like 10 years ago. So and now people told me that it's even bigger. I'm like, how it can be bigger, man? It was already. I already had like this nice hotel, not nice hotel. The Ibis, I think the Ibis is the one that at the trade center. So
the trade center.
We stayed there.
You have the big Marriott, across.
Yeah.
The Fairmont. Sorry, the big Fairmont. There's lots of hotels, obviously, but it's crazy how big it is. And me, last year I did 5 days, and in 5 days it was from. It opens, I think, at 9:30, 10. I try to sneak in because you know they let the exhibitors 1 hour. I try to sneak in to get in a little bit quicker than every fucker there, and it's back to back, non-stop. You go for a couple of piss. Even to go for a piss, you have to wait 30 minutes in a queue, and it's madness. And so yeah, we've got. You know, there's the people from the. I'm meeting with people from the group. You know, we have our group, the New Phoenicia. I've got a couple of dairy traders. You know what I like is that in this industry we have there's people like me and you. You know, we're a bit niche. We're very disruptive. We piss a lot of people off. We tend to piss the big guys. We want to present ourselves well. You know, and so we do try to look up to the big guys and want to be. You know, I aspire to be one day, you know, to be on the same level of Kofco and Vilmar and ADM. You know, I aspire to be there, and I'm sure maybe one day I will. I aspire, you know, one day to be as big as L'Oréal or Lactalis and all these fuckers in the dairy industry. I aspire, and so we want to present ourselves good, but I tend to also lately I seems to have changed a lot in the mindset that we operate. And we're really trying to understand where we fit on the supply chain.
Yes, exactly. So this is the part because man, it's tough. The big guys usually they just on us, but when they have problem and they need to sell their then they're happy to call with us. But when the market is high, they don't have product. Like you little traders, go away. I have big clients. I have no product for you. But when the market is not that great, they're like, yeah, maybe you can take a lot and something like this. So it's always a love and hate relationship, always with the big players.
It's really understanding where do you fit on the supply chain.
Yeah, so that was going to say. Yeah, you need to make sure that your angle where you are on the supply chain makes sense. If you want to buy FOB and sell CIF like the big players on a bulk vessel, like it makes no sense. You have no place to be there as a small traders. You won't have the same cost of financing that the big guys. You'd have if some hits in the fan, it could kill you. You have no place of being there. But for us, if we can do agglomeration at the beginning of the supply chain or distribution at the end, those are better margin. The risk is different. It's operationally, of course, it's way more work, but still, we can be there. And if you can be at the beginning, at the end, then one day you can breach everything. But just being FOB safe on the big like sugar, whatever, I mean, it's like, how can you do that? I mean, there's Olam, Kofco, they have infinite money. How can you be there and think that it's a good thing to do?
Talking about sugar, this is one thing that really I get upset, because a lot of people, they see this shit going on LinkedIn.
Yeah, what is sugar? I need 100,000 metric tons. What?
Man, I keep telling people that, I had an argument with a guy in Hong Kong that just wanted to break sugar trade. We need 200,000 metric ton a month of white sugar to China. I say, hey man, look at the data, you idiot. They don't import white sugar, or a very small amount. It's all brown sugar. They take the big bulk vessel, from directly from Santos. They take bulk vessel of brown sugar. They take it. You see them. I track the ships. I see the ships. You send them the ships. You send them the customs data, and they still think you're an idiot. That knows fuck all. Hey, man.
I think they want to dream. I had this morning the same conversation with one of the students that and I told him, he was, Damien, I need copper, but what the fuck do you need copper from DRC, man? There is no copper in DRC for you. There is copper if you're a Trafigura, a big China's player and so on. Maybe you can buy it there, but if you want to do something small, it's a scam. I don't know why people don't get that. And you know what? There is no copper discounted. Or it's been like, I don't know, something that has been illegally seized by whatever. It doesn't exist. Why? I don't really understand what is going on LinkedIn with all those scams and all those brokers. But what I think is like behind those brokers, there's a bunch of guys that use those clueless guys, brokers, intermediary, to scam people.
Idiots. Yeah, they're useful idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they mean well at heart.
No. They mean well, but they get scammed. There's someone that is using them to scam. And even though they saw that multiple times, they still think that this is the way to go. I don't know.
It's true, and looking, you see it in all, whether it's in the petrochemical, whether it's in the food, whether it's in anything, you see it all the time. And I keep saying to people, before you start from one pallet, they want to move bulk vessel. And they've never even sold a box of chocolate via DHL, these idiots. And then a pallet, move your way up, start a box, and then a box becomes a pallet. The pallet becomes half a truck becomes a full truck becomes a couple of containers, and you speed. And then myself, we now, we've been at it for 10 years now. Me, I'm trying to work into the bulk vessel lot, and I'm learning every day. And because look at it. With logistics, always we have fucking delays. Always, the truck doesn't turn up. The truck turns up late. They shut the warehouse. They need to load the next day. We got problem with the containers. Containers are 5 days late. Look at this shit with the Red Sea. Now you're talking a bulk vessel. Who's gonna pay the fucking bill when there's rough seas and you can't go at port, or you're stuck, or with we see it all the time. Imperials, it's congested. I've got figures now that tells me congestions at port. Those things are tracked. So all these things we're learning them. You need big balls to start, to move a bulk vessel.
Of course, man.
That's the thing. And then the other thing that winds me up, and we talk about, is people don't know the Incoterms from their arseholes. They don't know. They don't know the Incoterms.
Yeah, some people think
Incoterms is payment terms.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why they think that. I mean, and also Incoterms, risk, payment, and ownership. It's three different things, and they don't get that. I mean, and it's the most important. I mean, it's to contextualize the price, the Incoterms. So without the Incoterms, you don't understand the price. But anyway, but that's basic stuff. That's basic stuff, and even that they don't get. How do you expect to do $500 million deals if you don't get the basic stuff right? So I mean, yes, we can try to do that like weekly, bi-weekly. So and then we'll see.
To understand, talk about what's coming on. I hope I really hope the Red Sea things get sorted. There's also another thing that I've done in the meantime, is we're pushing the rail freight. You know.
Yeah. What about that? I saw that you posted that on LinkedIn. So is it working? What's the price
So
basically?
So you're talking about maybe 20 cents to 30 cents extra a kilo, okay, on a parcel for me. But you're talking 15 days. 15 days. I did my first rail freight from China about 12 years ago. I remember, into the UK. I bought some packaging for the plant that I was working at the time. And it was always something really dear, because I was so fast, and it was really smooth. And for some reason on the train, when it goes to port, when at the time I didn't have that much experience into clearance of containers, so it was always a bit challenging. Now we do it day in, day out, it's easy, but I always found that the rail clearance was always so much smoother than the port. So yeah, we're bringing the containers by rail, and it seems to be working. So we've got one that arrives in Germany in 6 days, and we're going to push only rail for the next until the foreseeable future, until this issue is fixed.
Yeah.
We push it by rail. And this is where someone like us, they're really like, you're more flexible with what you can and cannot do, and you can really see everyone's going to get stiff because their containers is on the sea. They're going to be delayed. So, hey man, I'm here. I can supply you in no time. So this is an opportunity. We can. My son's calling.
Exactly.
You can. It's an opportunity, but then no, everyone's hungry. Everyone wants to be a savage, and this hey, Nick, we can buy by rail as well. So.
Yeah, but still, I mean, this is but you move high value goods by rail, right?
Yeah.
It's yeah, because then it's cruel. But I bet it makes sense, man. It makes sense.
Yeah, if you're, for example, if you were to move anything like, for example, olive oil, you can move it by rail and it makes sense. But if you're talking sunflower oil or rapeseed oil, I wouldn't really. I'd advise.
It needs to be valuable enough, so then it can eat up the logistic cost. But
it's all the costing, you cost it in, and that's it. So that's where we are. But no, it's look, man. I'm the eternal optimist, yeah, and I think as one of us, we get fucked all the time.
Yes, I mean, that's I mean, I don't even notice now. It's like, yeah, of course we fucked up. I mean,
we get fucked, and we get fucked all the time, and whether it's people not paying us on time, or people stiffing us, or people delaying us, or people undercutting us, or people we get stiffed all the time, and it's part of the territory. So you gotta be, when you go into, let's say, and particularly if you're moving and aspiring to make the bigger parcel, you got to learn how to take the downside and just to be reactive. And look, I always used to think, you need to focus on one thing only, and become the best at that thing. But when you're getting fucked and you can't make money on this product for whatever reason, you gotta be able to pay your bills, because that's what a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah, but I mean, I have a mixed feeling about that still. I think I think you do too much stuff yourself. It is why I do different commodities, but I'm not the main guy pushing the commodities. So this is why I can do that. But you do everything.
You think I push all the products, but like, man, I've got George's here, I've got Eleni, I've got other people pushing the shit.
Okay.
Me, I know a lot, but they know a lot more in a lot of details. But there's things. I don't push it myself, or you may think I do, but there's a team behind that pushes it, man.
Yeah. Because you don't have enough hours in a day to do everything. Yeah. I mean, right now I have several operations.
You're only as good as your people.
Yeah. Right now I have several operations. I have people in South Africa. I mean, there's like so many that you need to take care of and so on. I have the Gomba Energy, Paul is there. We had like so many issues that we had to solve at the beginning of this year. I have the other stuff that I cannot really speak openly, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And then you just can't do everything yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
But cool, Nick. So let's end this here. So we'll see. Let us know in the comment what you think about this conversation. If you want to see it happen, we'll see in the stat if people are interested or not. And then we'll make another one, man.
All right.
All right. So good luck at the Gulfood, man. And say hi to the guy
Thank you,
from
man.
Neo Phoenicia.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.